Hello and welcome. I am Campbell and this is Spiral Up, where we talk about practical, everyday things you can use to expand your consciousness and awareness so that you can attract more situations into your life that you desire. And today I wanted to talk about prayer. And what exactly is prayer? Because obviously prayer is a rather large component of many religions. People are called to prayer, and we go to temples and churches and things, and we pray for people. But what really is prayer? In its original form, what is prayer? Because we are told that prayer is words. Like literally, we are told that you can get a piece of paper with writing on it, and that is a prayer. I'll say this is the Lord's Prayer, etc. A bunch of words. And so we are taught that that's what prayer is, that we need to repeat these words, almost like a mantra or something, kind of like an affirmation, but basically by repeating these words, we're doing something good, we're talking to God. Then we have prayer as in asking for something, asking for whatever, something we want, for someone to be healed, for forgiveness. Words and words and words. It's all based on words. But is that really what prayer is? Because the truth is, if you look back into the original texts, most of them are Gnostic texts. These are all based on the teachings of Jesus and also the teachings that Jesus learnt. And the Gnostic texts talk about prayer and what it is. And this is a theme of prayer that is followed through Buddhism and most of the old monasteries, those big buildings you find up on mountains and things with the 100-year-old monks in them. These kind of places, they all have the old books, and they all have the same opinion of what prayer is. So, what do they say prayer is? They say that prayer is not words. They say that prayer is a feeling. It's the feeling. Prayer is the feeling. And that's it. And so prayer, and Gregg Braden goes into this a lot. He's written several books on it. And there's, like I said, this is deeply tied with Gnosticism and Gnostic writings. So prayer is a feeling. What feeling is prayer? Now, I suppose it depends what you're praying for. Most of the time, the monks and the teachings say that prayer in its truest form is appreciation and being grateful. So appreciation and being grateful is the main feeling used in prayer by the traditional monks. Now, of course, we can use different feelings if we want different things, because what we're talking about here is energy, getting onto a vibrational level. And of course, when you're in appreciation, it's actually higher than love. Appreciation is, loving everything. You're just appreciating the beauty and the best parts of everything. You're just, sort of wonderment type stuff. Really appreciating the creation for what it is. So if you can get into that state, now that is prayer, and that will open you up to energies that will definitely, open your awareness, let's just say that. And this is a space and an energy that monks spend years and decades on trying to get to and trying to hold. So that's what prayer is. Now, how do we use this in our daily lives? Well, obviously, we can pray. We can sit down and focus on getting into that space, into that feeling in our heart. It's all about the feeling, and getting into that appreciation feeling. How do you do that? Just think about things you appreciate. Think about your children or your partner or being in nature or your last holiday, things where you are happy and things that you appreciate. We all have them, flowers, bees, puppies. Just appreciate and just be thankful for what you have as well. You know, if you're able to sit down and take a few times to appreciate that you can do that, because some people can't. So just appreciate. That's the main thing. And then we can also use it in other ways. We can use this feeling, but we can have a different feeling. We can use the feeling of abundance. We can use the feeling of love and, self-love and self-acceptance. We can have the feeling of, whatever we basically want to attract on an energetic level. And it's all to do with getting the feeling of how it would feel when you're in that situation. So if you're after a new partner, get into the feeling of what it will be like just to be doing what you enjoy to do with your new partner. Whatever it is, walking down the beach holding hands, feel a hand, feel the physical hand as well, but feel the feeling of how that'll make you feel. That's the most important thing. The secondary thing would be to really get into the state, feel the wind on your face, the hand in your hand, all that kind of stuff. But it all starts with the heart feeling. This is all heart-centered stuff. Our heart is our middle chakra. It's where our torus field comes from that surrounds our body, which is also known as our aura. So this is all heart-based feeling. And again, with wealth, feel that wealth. Feel the feeling that you have choice. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, because you have wealth. Whatever it is that you desire for yourself, for someone else, or for the world in general, feel that feeling and you will align with it. And this, of course, is along the teachings of, the sort of, I don't want to say personal development on New Age, because I sort of do shy away from that. It has become a bit too sort of repetitive and salesy for me, as far as I think the message gets lost. It is, they do talk about, obviously there's a lot of truth in there as well. So get what you can from all that. Just don't pay someone 10 grand to tell you it. That's my advice, because I'll tell you it for free. So it's all about feeling, and you hear this a lot in personal development stuff. Feel what you want, the feeling, and that is what prayer is. Of course, with personal development, they really do try and get you to focus on external things. Really the closest they go to being spiritual is maybe relationships and that, but that is still all based on what you want, the external world. So this is one of my issues with that. But this is all internal. Everything's internal. We're all energy. The world outside is just our representation. It's just a representation of energy and what we say. So that's why everything is energy. Everything is feeling, vibration. So that's what prayer is, guys. Prayer is the feeling. So I do definitely encourage prayer and praying in that sense, the feeling, getting into the feeling. I don't necessarily encourage prayer as in sitting down and repeating words over and over and over and expecting to get a result, because look around. Lots of people praying for peace. Problem is they're not feeling, they're not being the peace. And that's what we need to do. We need to be the change that we want to see. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something from it. Prayer is the feeling. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.